Welcome to Spotlight New England. I'm one of your hosts, Audrey McClelland.
And I'm Ashley Erling, and this is like such an exciting week, isn't it?
I love this week, but can I just first tell you,
Yeah.
I love this entire
Are you into
look.
this?
I do. I love
Okay.
the entire look today.
I'm trying new things.
I love
A couple
it.
of things are going on. First of all,
I love it.
I didn't pack. I was coming back from New
Yes,
Hampshire, and I
yes.
didn't really pack very well for like TV. But I felt like this would,
Honestly, I love that look. You look very it's like a classic
I don't
look.
know if you
it's
remember.
so pretty.
I'm sure you don't, but I wore this years ago when I did an interview with you when we were at Rentham.
Was that what you
And
wore?
I wore, but I wore
remember
like
being
a
there
belt.
on
I wore a belt over it, so it was like styled different.
She always
but I've
looks
had it
chic,
forever.
but this one today in particular, I was like, Ashley, I love the whole look.
Thanks. I like
I
it.
love
And
it.
I'm trying different things with my hair. So
I'm loving it.
See, I don't like it
Brendan
this
said
way.
he liked it too.
Josh likes it this way. I don't like it this way, but I'm giving it a chance because everyone else says they do. But I'm not
I think it looks really good on you.
particularly feeling it's
different. I
I
love it.
like. I don't like the middle part, but
I love it.
I'm working on
Okay.
it. So that's what we're working on.
Sorry,
right
I just
now.
needed to jump in and
So
say I
that's
love
what's
this.
going on. But what's also going on is we are like this close to Thanksgiving.
Yes,
now.
it's right. It's in view.
And
Now it's
obviously,
in view.
this show will be on demand. So if you're watching this
Yes.
after Thanksgiving, I think you could still, enjoy talking about
Absolutely.
Thanksgiving for a while because I know that for a lot of people, this is like their favorite holiday.
Yeah, because there's not that, I love Christmas,
Yeah.
but they're like the gifts
Yes,
for
it's a
Christmas.
lot.
It is a lot. And, all the things that kind of go into it. But
Right.
Thanksgiving is just a time to celebrate
Yeah.
friendship,
Yeah.
give thanks for what you
Yeah.
have in your life, and
Just
count your
spend
blessings.
time with people,
Yes.
your loved ones, whether it's family, friends, or, just a small group. If you're alone, sometimes that's not bad either.
No, I mean, it's time to kind of like reflect. And this is actually the first holiday that, all my kids can't be home. So it's a little bittersweet.
Yeah.
But
Is this the first time?
This is the first time, yeah, my
'cause
oldest-
I did think William wasn't able to make it before because he does the trimester.
No, we've always kind of gotten him even just like
Okay.
for a few days, but he's a swimmer in college and training is during the winter.
Yeah.
And the coach just said, you know what? Because they live all over the world. These like the kids on his team.
Right.
So going home is not just like a hop, skip, and a
Yes,
jump. It's like summer
difficult.
in Australia. One
Yeah.
of his friends is in
Oh my
Japan.
gosh.
So it is not just going home. So I will say it's a little bittersweet, but that being said, I do love this time of year.
I love this time of year. This is really, I wish this had been last week because
Yeah.
this is like quote unquote late Thanksgiving.
It is a late Thanksgiving,
I could have done
yes.
this last week and still been, full. I love the
I
holiday
forgot about
season.
that. It is a late. It
Yeah,
is
'cause
late.
when you look at the Facebook memories,
Yeah.
and it'll show. So like all of my Thanksgiving stuff was like earlier.
Yeah, it was a few days ago. It was like
Yeah.
days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so you're hosting this year.
We're gonna host
and you
a smaller group.
lot.
Yes.
What time do you eat?
So we eat usually around, I'd say like 4:00.
Okay. So
What
Martha
time do you eat?
Stewart. Well, I do now. We do
Oh,
it
that's
all
right. You're going-
different.
and you're going
Everything's all
out,
different. Yes, we are, and we're going out a little bit later, so that's a little bit different for me. We would typically though.
Yeah, what would you want to do?
In my previous life,
Yes.
we would eat more like in the afternoon.
Okay.
Like 2
So you would do too.
ish. And Martha Stewart recently said, and if she says it, then it's 100%
It's gospel.
true, yes, that the perfect time to eat Thanksgiving dinner is 2 p.m.
I could see that. It's a good time.
That is the way we always did it.
Yeah.
So growing up when everyone was obviously still alive and grandparents and all of that, we would go to my grandparents earlier, like 11 or 12.
and you'd just be there.
We would just be there all day, like full
Yes.
out. And there would be food out all day because,
that's what you
Italian
do.
grandmother, just always so much food. But we would usually eat around 2 p.m.
Okay.
And it was more of like an in-between. So it was kind of like lunch and dinner.
Yes.
But then everyone would stay and some people would like eat again.
Yes, that's the
later.
best part.
And we would do a huge, like so many pies. And
Yes.
then like they would always somehow have more people over for dessert. Like people would
Yeah.
kind of like stop
Actually, I like that idea. Like
for
have more
dessert.
people
So
come
like
over for dessert.
it was a big family thing.
Yeah.
But then even later, more people would even stop over. For,
So if you were going to
the dessert.
host on your own, maybe next year,
I
would you
say,
want
like,
to do at 2 o'clock?
3.
Yeah.
2 or 3. I think
I like
because
that.
then you're not out super late and you can kind of like
You can relax a little bit.
And
Yeah.
I don't know, like in the morning I watch usually the parade.
Yes, I love the parade.
I love watching the parade.
Me too.
And so like, that's over by noon.
Yep.
So then you're like, all right,
Let's get this party going.
I
I
let's
get
keep
that.
it moving.
I
Let's
get
have some
that.
fun. So that, according to Miss Martha, is the perfect time to
Can't go
eat.
wrong with Martha.
But you also can't go wrong with eating any time on Thanksgiving.
That's right. You can't at all. So, and we have a great show for you today too. So stick around. Our next guest, we're going to talk a little bit more about right?
food, yeah, and
about food.
probably a little more holiday eating. Too.
I love it.
Yeah.
So stick around. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Spotlight New England. So we said we were going to be talking a little bit more about holiday food and really kind of the essentials that you need on your table. And we have one of the best here to talk us through this. We have Kate Kennedy, who is part of the Wright's Dairy Farm family, and you're the director of operations over there.
Food operations.
Food operations.
Yeah, I stick to what's inside
What's
the
inside.
building, and I let and my uncle is on the farm side, so farm ops, we kind of separate it. So
I love it. That's so great. And you know what? Ashley and I recently had the opportunity to go and tour really the facility, and we were just kind of just like blown away by not only
I haven't stopped talking about it.
No, it really
honestly
was, you know, I think we all walk into, and I'm one of the people, I'm going to say that I think we all see like the carton of milk in the fridge, and we see these beautiful like delicacies in the bakery, and sometimes, well, not sometimes, you don't know just how much work goes in behind the scenes. And it was really interesting to kind of be let in, like go behind the curtain and really see all that you do on a daily basis, day in and day out, and how you bring all this greatness to really the forefront. So thanks for being with us.
thank you for having me. It's great to be here.
Yeah, it's such a Rhode Island institution. I was saying before you came on, it's like everybody knows Wrights, love to make a trip out there. But take us back a little bit to how the farm started.
Yeah, so I am a 5th generation family member. Holidays for me always revolve around the family business. They always have. But the business started, my great-great-grandfather started the farm. It was really a homestead at the time. There were lots of homesteads in our area. People, that's how people lived back then. They were living off the land. He had a few cows, he had chickens, he had some pigs, he, traded with some neighbors. There was a home delivery milk route, but it was very small, nothing super crazy. It was my great-grandfather who took over during kind of the 1930s, who really expanded the home delivery route and really had the entrepreneurial spirit to put in on-farm processing. So right in the 1930s, that's when pasteurization became mandatory. Food safety was becoming like a real thing. People actually like understood where germs were coming from. Milk is a perfect breeding ground for germs. So at that time, a lot of dairy farms either closed up shop or they invested in the equipment to process milk, or they would send their milk to a centralized facility. So my great-grandfather decided to pasteurize on site and bottle the milk and continue the home delivery route. So 1930s into the 1940s, 50s. My grandparents took over in the 1960s. At the time, the home delivery route, not doing so well. Grocery stores were really becoming more of what we know them to be today. And people wanted to go to the grocery store. They didn't want the home delivery route, which is so funny. Everything comes
I was going to say, now everybody wants home delivery.
Yep. So they made the decision to stop the home delivery route and start an on-farm store. And very quickly realized, okay, if people are going to come here to buy milk, we have to try to sell them other things while they're here. And my grandmother is a fabulous baker, always making pies and different baked goods at home. So she started making some muffins and making some, custard pie was one of the first things we made, chocolate cream pie, cinnamon rolls. We call those Claire's Classics. That's my grandmother's name.
I love that.
Kind of the classic products that we started with back in the, it was probably like early 1970s.
Okay.
My mom was a little kid at the time, so she remembers that was her first job, was like sitting in the retail store, which was really just like a shed and, making sure nobody took anything. She was like 5 or 6 years old.
Did you pay for that?
Who could say no to cutie pie, right?
And then, it was my parents' generation, my mom, Ellen, who's right now ownership sits on her generation with her 3 siblings. And then my uncle, who's her brother-in-law, Paul, who really through the 80s and 90s built the bakery and really sophisticated it to what people know it as today. It started very, we were not classically trained. There was no one went to culinary school on my grandmother's generation. My mom and my uncle did, but they just kind of figured it out. And that's what makes us, I would say, pretty unique compared to other bakeries, because we just kind of learned and built the business as we went. And so that we do some things that are atypical. Like a lot of bakeries work out of a freezer stock for cake, and we don't do that. We bake cake fresh every day. So it creates a lot of logistical challenges, and it's not always the most efficient way to do things, but it definitely, we think, gives a better product.
It's really amazing how much you guys do out of your location. You have, of course, all of the baked goods, which I think we all know and love like so much, but it really started with the milk products, and of course you have your classic milk, but you've expanded that as well. Right. Tell us kind of a little bit more about like your vast array of things that you offer.
Yeah, for sure. So we make our standard milk, whole milk, 2% skim. We make light cream and heavy cream, which is what you would use for whipping. We make our own ice cream base. So a lot of people who say they make homemade ice cream are buying an ice cream base. I think there's like 3 or 4 commercial, like big dairy processors who make the base, and they would sell it to your mom and pop shop, who are then just churning the ice cream.
I didn't realize that.
And adding, the flavoring and the inclusion. So they're saying it's homemade, but that foundational base is they're buying it from somebody else. So we make our base. It's proprietary to us. No one else has the base with the exact ratios of sugar and cream and milk that we have. So we make our own ice cream base, which is made at the farm, and then we send it to the creamery in Providence, which is our other year-round location. Yeah. So that's where we actually churn the ice cream and add all the fun bits and make it actually. We make coffee milk. Obviously, it's Rhode Island. I say it all the time, like as a dairy processor, I'm like, it's great to be in Rhode Island. We have a whole other extra milk.
That's actually a really great point.
Other product.
I know it exists in other places because I've seen it, but like here specifically,
they don't look at you like you have 10 heads when you're ordering coffee.
It's very common.
Yeah.
We do chocolate milk. We do strawberry milk almost year round. We stopped about a week ago. The next 6 weeks for eggnog.
Eggnog season.
Yes.
Love your eggnog.
I think we'll end up doing about 1,000 gallons just of eggnog this week.
Wow.
So
just this week?
Just this week.
Oh my goodness.
And it'll be pretty much like 1,000 gallons every week, and then probably double the week of Christmas, and then like no one will buy any the first week in January.
Yes, that's it. It's over. Because then everyone feels bad about indulging.
Right.
But like right now, I'm like, a little of my coffee here and there.
Actually, that's a good idea.
Yeah, we have a lot of coffee shops that buy our eggnog
to make like a latte.
So good. Can you explain? Because I was trying to explain to my children, because they only like whole milk, and whenever I get the Wright's whole milk, it's just like it's just something different about it. And when we went to visit you guys, you brought us through why it's extra sweeter,
and we actually got to see some of that process.
Yes, we did, but I wasn't able to go home and explain it to them
correctly.
And I don't want to be wrong, because how you explained it to us made so much sense. So can you just let me know on camera, so I can show them?
All milk pretty much that you'd buy at the grocery store is standardized. So milk comes out of the cow with varying levels of heavy cream, and that changes seasonally. A kind of standard whole milk is 3.75. So 3.75% butter fat. All the other stuff is not butter fat. So when you hear 2%, it's really only 1.5% less than whole milk. It's not people think it's like 98 to 2. It's really not that big of a difference. So they will, at a commercial processor, they'll take all the milk and they'll pull all the cream off. So bring it all to skim, and then they'll add the perfect amount of cream back to that, so that it's at 3 1/4, 3.5. We don't do that. We are a small processor. We try to keep things as natural as possible, so we don't have to skim all that cream off and then add it back in. Why would we do that?
Right.
We leave it the way that it comes right out of the cow, which ends up being like right now, I think our last butterfat test was like 4.5%. Wow. So it's super creamy, super delicious.
That's why it's so delicious.
Yep. So that's where you're getting that. It's just an extra, 0.5% to 1% of fat, but it really gives it that
makes a big deal.
Creamy, creamy taste, and it makes it really great for baking. So we use it to make all of our custard and chocolate pudding, and it's just that extra richness.
Yeah. Oh,
What is it like working in a family business, like for generations? I mean, this isn't just like one you just started either. Like this is, again, something very established. You're now part of this whole story. What is it like working with your family members and also like kind of taking that on, like that legacy?
It's a lot. I'm not going to lie. It's a constant balance of family and what the business needs. And, you know, the past week I'm kind of to my own, you know, I have 2 kids. My husband, I'm like, all right, I'll see you when I see you.
Busy
You know,
week
like
for you
I'm
guys.
just trying to figure it out. Yesterday, my kids were at the bakery running around. Providing some comic relief for everyone.
I'm sure.
Getting into mischief. But it's, you know, it's a family affair, and I like being at the business before a holiday. That's almost like part of my family traditions leading up to a holiday, you know? And I hope that, you know, a lot of our staff would say the same thing, that who have worked with us for a long time. Today, we'll bring in lunch before a holiday. So we had Taco Tuesday.
Oh,
we
I
had a
love
big
that.
taco
great.
bar set up. Nothing related to Thanksgiving.
Right. We're going the opposite.
Completely different.
We bring in like a nitro coffee kegs so that we can have coffee, and just try to, you know, keep it. It's people are working long hours. Everyone has pretty much been on 6 days leading up to the holiday. This is the first year that I was able to convince the powers that be that we're not going to really bake the day after Thanksgiving. I'm like, nobody wants to buy anything. Like, everyone has so much food.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to just do 50% off everything that's in the store, and you know, we have like 3 or 4 people who are working that day after, but most of them won't have to work tomorrow. To just have that extra day, because we go for 60 hours, and let's face it, a lot of us are foodies. So what happens?
Yeah.
We're all cooking for Thanksgiving.
Right. Yeah.
We go 6 days, 7-day Thanksgiving, and then right back to the grindstone, and it's exhausting. So we started taking the day after Christmas off a couple of years ago, and that has really been great for staff.
Yeah.
So really trying to push that this year as well, and we'll see how it goes. We'll see how sales are.
Yeah.
And what about too, with like obviously the holiday season that we're in? What kind of things do you offer at the bakery, just for people that, you know,
What
have
are
never
some of
been
your
or they want to go?
favorites?
Yeah. So
I know that's impossible to pick.
Yeah, and it's really different for Thanksgiving and Christmas too. Like we have a lot of overlap products, but like Thanksgiving is all about pies. We'll sell thousands of pies this week. Apple, we do 10 different pie varieties for Thanksgiving. So apple, blueberry, chocolate cream. We do a chocolate peanut butter cream.
Oh, that
apple
sounds
cream,
delicious.
Toll House cookie, pecan. I think I'm forgetting a custard, pumpkin, and coconut custard. So we do the 10 pies, which that's really like what is selling. But you know, pastries, cakes. Our strawberry shortcake is always going to be a classic that people love.
And you'll start taking holiday orders very soon for the Christmas season.
Yeah,
as
we'll
well.
start the weekend right after Thanksgiving. We'll start for Christmas, and Christmas is all cookies and pastries and cakes. You know, we sell pies, but not like for Thanksgiving, and it's way heavier on the pastry side. A lot more cakes, a lot of pastry platters, which we do again for Thanksgiving and Christmas, but we sell twice as many for Christmas as we do for Thanksgiving.
We got to sample some of the holiday cookies. They were incredible.
My house is still talking about. We went nuts with those cookies. They were good.
Delicious.
Every single one of them.
Yeah.
Even the ones that like you would think, because I'm like a chocolate girl, but like even the ones you would think like, oh, that's like, that looks good. Like, I don't know what they're called, but the ones that had the jelly.
That raspberry thumbprint is so good.
What was the one with the, it was like almost like a little bit of a frosting on top. I kept calling it like a little like lemonish type cookie, or vanilla cookie.
There's an almond one.
Like with little like white sprinkles on there.
It's just
a vanilla biscuit is what we call
it. I put 3 of them in my box, and I wouldn't let anybody else touch
the almond
them.
ones.
I had like a cup of tea with it. And
I love those almond dots.
With I did
the cup of tea.
It's
delicious.
So good. Oh my god.
So we'll have, starting on December 1st, something brand new this year. We're going to do the 12 days of Christmas cookies. So you'll be able to actually come to our store. We're going to have all of our cookies in the case, and you can make a custom cookie cookie box.
Oh, I love that
exactly
idea. That's
what cookies
fantastic.
you
Amazing
want.
idea.
We'll still have all of our prepackaged trays
Yep.
and
So if you don't
platters
wanna
like
make a
we always
decision,
do.
yeah.
But we've had this idea and we've wanted to do it for many years, and I was like, we're ripping the band.
Yeah.
We're
I
gonna
love
do
it.
it this year.
I like you're taking charge over there. You're
Yeah.
like, we're doing this. We're
It's
doing good for you.
push. I'm the pusher.
I love
like it.
Push everyone outside their
Yeah.
comfort zone. So yeah, we're excited. We figured we don't know what to expect, how popular it will be, how busy
Yeah.
it will be. So we were like, if we do the first 12 days, then we can kind
Smart
of figure it
idea.
out. We'll still have a buffer after Christmas, so we're excited about that.
So fun.
And we will have the same thing at the Creamery in Providence. It'll just be, we're not open every day there, so it'll just be within
good,
those 12 days,
Okay.
whatever
So,
days we're
you know,
open.
if people
That's
can't drive out to
fantastic.
the farm, there's
Yep.
a central location, which is great.
Yep, and our cookies freeze super well. So if you wanted to
Ooh,
make a bunch of
that's a good
boxes,
idea.
tuck
Good
them
to
in the
know.
freezer, bring them home, and then give them out as Christmas gifts.
And
that's a
then when
great
you
option.
are defrosting cookies, this may be a dumb question. Do you literally just take them out of the freezer and let them defrost like on the counter top?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Just making sure I'm doing it
Yep.
right.
Oh, I
if
love
that's
it.
you know.
Okay, thanks for
Cookies
stopping
are
by, though.
so easy. Yeah.
Oh, we could devour the cookies like left and right all
Oh,
day
I know.
long. They
I'm
were
a cookie
delicious.
monster.
We love being able to chat with you because as soon as we left, we were
Yeah.
just mesmerized by the story, the
Yeah.
legacy you've created, and it really is wonderful to see, like you said, a fifth generation business, and it just continue to keep exploding. So, thanks so much for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Absolutely, and stick around. We have more to come with Spotlight New England.
Well, part of the excitement this week,
Oh,
in our opinion,
in our world.
is Black Friday shopping.
You know, when we were kids, and even maybe up until I'd say like
Yeah.
even 10 years ago, Black Friday was just like this Black Friday.
Yes, and now you can. Black Friday is now. Black
Yes.
Friday has started. The
Completely.
sales are going. So, but you were saying so. This is like you're really good with the online stuff.
Yes.
You're better at that than I am.
I know the online
I'm
world
better
stuff.
at in-person shopping. But you have already seen sales
Yes.
and seen the sales change, right?
Yes. So like I feel like everything eventually does go on sale.
Yeah.
That's kind of like my rule of thumb. And I feel like after Friday and Saturday, that might probably be the lowest it's going to go. It might drop a little bit more in December. But like I was
Right.
saying to you, there were certain things that I've just been watching.
Yep.
Like AirPods.
Yep. They're cheap right now, right?
Yeah, they're $69 on Amazon. I mean, I know they're not like the top generation.
Right.
But they're fine for just like
Yeah.
if you need them like to go walking or maybe at your desk or something.
Right. Like you're not running a marathon with
No,
them.
I'm using at my desk headphones
Yes.
that I got from JetBlue when we went
Yes.
on your bachelorette. So I'm like, I'm gonna buy myself some wireless
Amazing.
headphones, and I found some on sale.
Amazing. I do like, and I used to do it every year. I like to go shopping in person on Black
Are
Friday.
you still gonna go this year?
So I don't know if we'll go this year. Things changed a little bit now that
Oh, yeah.
I have stepkids,
Yeah.
and I used to go with my mom every year, and like
Gotcha.
we would just.
Where do you guys go? The mall?
So I'm glad you asked. We would always go growing up in Connecticut. We would always go to the outlets in Connecticut.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So I have a preference of shopping at the outlets on Black Friday. I
Yup.
have gone to rent them for Black Friday shopping more than once, and I love it. I go. If I do it, I try to go very early. And so I
Okay.
was looking it up on our website. We actually have a list of when different things
Right.
open because Black Friday is not exactly the same as it used to be.
Were they open all night before?
Sometimes they would be open on. I never
Okay.
went all night. I would go early in the morning because I'm a morning person. Anyway,
Yeah.
this year the outlets, rent them outlets, open at 6 a.m.
Okay. That's
Like for
doable.
me, that would be extremely
late for you.
doable. Now that being said, because I'm obsessed with Christmas, we also have to get our tree this weekend. So
Oh,
I
okay.
think Friday
You have a
might
lot.
be because we have the kids on Friday and they like going and doing that.
Yeah.
So we might go get the tree Friday. So if we get the tree Friday, I won't have the
You won't have
time
the
I
time.
really need
You don't have the time.
to go.
A
Black
lot's
Friday
changed,
shopping.
Ashley.
And I'm still figuring it out. I think down the line I can get it all
She's
done.
still gotta make it work.
But based on who is where when this year, I think Friday might be the tree day.
All right.
Which I'm excited
Look at
about.
that.
I love getting a real tree and I love that they now love it.
Absolutely. You're doing traditions.
But I also really love
She,
Black Friday
she loves to go
shopping.
shopping too.
I just love shopping. The outlets always have really, I mean, they'll have good deals all season.
So we
if
need to
I-
check back in on like when we are back after the holiday,
I
what you ended up
probably
doing.
I probably won't buy too much this weekend, but I will try to. I might get over to Garden City at some point.
Perfect.
They actually have a lot of local stores there because
Yep.
I know, Saturday is Small Business Saturday.
yeah, it's a
so
big deal.
important to do. Lots of
of
shopping
stuff coming
to
up.
be had this weekend. So check our website if you want to see a more robust list of
Yes.
when stores are opening, but a lot are opening early
Yes.
on Black Friday.
We love it.
That is my tip to you. Thank you for joining us today for Spotlight New England. We'll see you next time.